Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Hope, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end.
No, let's talk about this right now because he completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying like,
I mean, what are we talking about, son?
Get into it, talk. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard. My mic was muted for absolutely no reason. You muted too, fam. Look at you. You trying to talk. Look at you.
Why is mine?
I don't know why you were muted. You were muted for
I
whatever
see
reason.
the thing going, man. I see the. Yeah, it's not muted.
It was muted. It was 100%.
Nah, it wasn't. You was trying to.
I 100% unmuted you.
That's because
Make
you
sure you're
muted
on.
everybody. That's because you muted everybody in the first place.
Everybody gets 100%. Everybody gets muted. Make sure nobody freestyles during the intro. What's going on, fam? Are you on the right mic, Joseph?
Why wouldn't I be? I don't touch this laptop, man.
Listen, it's starting out rough. We take a week off.
I don't touch this laptop, B. The only time I use this laptop is for this show.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, the settings is off because I can hear it. The clarity is different.
That's it, man.
There we go. Now we cooking.
I know it's been fine. Nah, it's been like this.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I know what it sounds like.
Can you listen? I have a request before we start.
I feel like it's wait before you ask.
I have a request. Tell me what you think it is, but I have a request.
I have a feeling it's gonna be mad disrespectful, and I'm not gonna like it. But we're family, and this is what we do here. I know what it's gonna be.
You're not gonna like it. What do you mean?
I
have
know.
a request. I just have a single request.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Can you listen to my request? Can I have a request?
Absolutely.
You're a boss, so you have to consider things. You know what I mean?
Bosses. You know what I'm saying? We at the table together.
You have to consider things.
All right. Go ahead, say it.
Future shows.
Right.
Can you please wear a hat or a hair tie?
No.
Please, because when you turn and your curls
this is ridiculous.
Stop. I don't want your curls bouncing every time you make a movement, son.
What?
It's distracting. It's very distracting. You look like you just got out the pool, son, and you got to shake it off, son.
You know what I mean? What we talking about? What we talking about?
Man?
Hey, listen, man. It is what you know what I'm saying? It's what Yo, welcome to the off season.
Somebody we know very well said you think you all that now with your curls, and like you have a different mentality with your curls.
Yeah, and whoever that is, I 100% agree with them. They're 100% right. That person only tells the truth. I completely co-sign everything they say. I don't know who. That's on faith. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, fam. If we gonna stay, I don't know if I could big ass head. I don't know if I could wear a hat the same. Like if we keeping it a buck, like this shit just might. The curls just gonna curl, dog.
Get a 10-gallon hat. You know what I mean, or something. You might put a straw in your.
I mean, if you know, you know. For us old heads, it's just you gotta let it go. You gotta let it do what it do, Joey. Gotta let it do what it do. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Yo, this real quick. This is episode. Make sure I get this right. Line this up correctly. This is episode 316. You know what I mean? Episode 316 of the podcast. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Y'all survived my bad internet, and now you're getting to see the curls in full HD. You know what I'm saying? So welcome. That's my guy Joey, one of your hosts, Benny Boondocks, aka Benito del Monte. And this is the off season. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to chop it up like we always do. Find things to talk about and discuss it in the only way we do. So, Joey, what you got for the people besides your hatred of my curls?
It's not hatred. It's really not hatred. It's just, I just said it's distracting. So when I'm like looking and I peek out the side, you know what I mean? And I see some.
So I can't disagree. I can't disagree with you. I can't have my. Can't have my physical reaction. Hey, this is preposterous. I can't say shit like that. That's just. Oh man, Marcus Enriquez in here early says, "Hey man, I need this team knocking people out." Salute to the chat, man. So I need need this team knocking people out this year. Forget their feelings, and no Miami coming for it all this year. Yes, sir. If you watched, we're definitely going to talk about. If you watched all of Coach Cristobal's interviews, King's Insight, On 3, Through the Smoke, everybody, man. Yeah, there's a confidence. But just like he said, I don't give a damn about 25 anymore. That shit is dead and over. You got to forget it right now. And then he talked about it with the meetings. You know what I mean? What's popping?
25 is over.
Yep.
It's in the books.
Mm-hmm.
We swam in uncharted territory.
Yep.
First time, and it's a lot of first times, right?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't make the ACC championship game, which a lot of people are disappointed in. I don't really care about that. I'm a big picture guy and an ultimate goal guy. The ultimate goal is winning the national championship for anybody, right? Yep. If you don't have to win the ACC championship on the way, then I'm cool with that. One less game for real, especially the ACC championship, where you come to Charlotte, it's 11 degrees at night, and you know, risk for injury going into the playoff. Like, nah, I'm cool with it. They moved the game to noon or 1 o'clock this year.
No, it's the. I think it took over the Big 12 slot of the championship games, and they moved the Big 12 championship game to Friday night.
Yeah. So, you know, I guess that helps a little bit regarding the cold, but made it to the playoffs. Won 3 bowl games? Right?
Yes, sir. Because the A&M game counts as a bowl game victory.
Yeah. Went up to A&M 110,000 deep. You know, came out of there with a victory. Cotton Bowl, playing who people thought were one of the best teams in the country at that time. Ohio State was expected to get blown out by pundits out there.
Not us.
And we really should have blew them out. The game wasn't, close for real. Ole Miss, elite offensive team, played probably our worst game in the playoffs, penalty wise. Dropped 4 picks, defensive wise, but came out of there, and then national championship and had a chance to win that game too, man. So if you look at the stats and the numbers, we won that. If you just look at the paper, you know, we should have won that game as well. So listen, man, it is what it is. We were all disappointed. Nobody's more disappointed than the people who are in that building. Yeah, who actually do the work for the year.
We talk about it for 2 hours a week. They're in that shit 175,000 hours trying to make it fit in 7 days. So it's different for them.
And as an athlete, man, it's hard to prepare and work so hard for the season and then finish it without, only one person can hold up the trophy, right? And it's just hard when you make it that far and you finish without, but it also should leave a nasty taste in your mouth, right? If you just sucked, if you were like
other teams,
I don't know, another team in Florida, I don't know, I ain't gonna one of those other teams, and
Yeah.
you just won 5 games and you was getting your head beat every weekend.
Yeah.
That, I mean, you probably ready for the season to end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You like, man, let's just get to next.
You're in Cancun in September.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not even, you're dialed in. Your mind is somewhere else,
Yeah.
But a team like Miami, man, who made it there and tasted it, they ready to taste it again. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. What do you think if let's do the scenario, right? If you're in that room as a player or a coach, wherever you want to take it, you've been there, right? Like, I can't speak to that. What do you tell your guys, right? Like, you have some carryover. Obviously, you have 30 players leaving or whatever the number is, you know what I'm saying? Either going to the draft, the combine, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have a new batch of players, transfers, 42 players and all came in, right? Because 29 and 12, 29 commits and young guys and 12 transfers. What's the message there, right? Like, because you're gonna have guys that are like, yo, man, we was right there, that might want to coast, that might want to be like, yo, man, we already know the work. I'm not saying that's the mentality, but like, as far as the coaches, what's the message to those guys?
Yeah, that's definitely not the mentality in the building. So coaches shouldn't even have to deal with that. But you have proof now. You have proof of concept now. It's hard to keep telling somebody the same thing when y'all going 5 and 7. You know what I mean? It's hard to keep saying, yo, man, we back. We gonna be back when you keep getting your head busted every week, man. It's very hard. So you have proof now, especially to the people who didn't play that much or didn't play at all. And they're looked upon to have a big role next season.
Yeah.
Because look, they all have exit interviews after the season is over. Right. And I'm sure the coaches, hopefully, and I'm pretty sure they are very transparent and honest. Like, yo, we're looking for you to have play a big role in 26. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what does, dog. You went to, even if I'm a recruit and I came in early and got to practice and go to the Cotton Bowl, and go to the Fiesta Bowl. I'm like, yo, I can't wait to get back in the building. You know what I mean? So going and listen, they get spoiled at these bowl games, dog. They get spoiled. You're gonna want that. Yeah. You're gonna want that again. You're gonna want that again.
Yeah, you're gonna want that experience and be the reason and be part of that team that keeps it going. Yeah, man, it was dope. So let's touch on a little bit on the Mario Cristobal conversations. I know you watched a few, I watched a few. What was your big takeaway?
Coach Cristobal is the same dude every time, man. Work. And what I just said, man, the big thing is on a recruiting trail, we did it. We didn't do it, but where the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? You can't. I was listening to Amon Richards today. Salute to Amon Richards and CIS. I was listening to him on there. And he mentioned that when Cristobal was recruiting him at Alabama, he didn't have to say much. Like he didn't have to talk about what Alabama does or did.
Yep.
It was proof of that. Right? All he had to do was continue to sell. Well, I'm sorry, he didn't have to sell it, but all he had to do was just reiterate what's going on. He didn't have to negative recruit anybody else, because why? You know what I mean? If I'm a 10, why am I talking about a 3? You know what I mean? I don't need to talk about them. So what Miami's doing, what they did and what they're doing since he got there, 5 and 7, 7 and 5, 10 and 3, 13 and 3. National championship. Like that's it's not easy, but it's a little bit more like, yo, come holla at us, So, oh man, I just got an alert.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm about to start fasting, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to be fasting for a couple days, man. You know what I mean? Y'all pray for your boy. Yeah,
you got it.
I'm doing a 36-hour joint.
Oh, you what? 36 straight? Okay, we're gonna talk. Okay, I thought you were
Doing a 36-hour joint, man.
I thought you were gonna do the 16 and 8 joint. Mo, appreciate it. Don't know. You know he's got to say this. Extend Mario, yes sir.
No doubt.
The bad thing about, and I tell him all the time in the group chat, they could extend them, and because it's a private university, you might not know for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
You might find out when he's here after his initial contract. Like, oh, I guess they did give him Kevin Manning says, "Wow, yo, 36 hours is wild." All right, let's talk about it. Kevin S.
That's my guy, Kev, right there, man. That's Kev.
That's Kev from the podcast.
Yes.
Hey, man, salute to Kev, man. Salute to Kev, man.
Yes,
great interview, yo. Great interview. It was dope finding, you know what I'm saying, knowing more about you in your young days. Way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? How you was outside. Kev, hit us up, man. We're gonna talk, man. I want to know more about young Joe when he was back wild out there.
I didn't know Kev when we was that young, you know what I mean? But I was
younger than this. And you were younger than this.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, and good luck to your daughter playing soccer, man. That's dope, man. Let her, you know what I'm saying, doing the thing, man. 36 hours is wild though, Joseph.
It's the reset. It's a body reset, man. You know, you gotta reset the body a couple times, you know, a year or something, man. You know, just a quick reset. That's all.
Okay.
And I time it up when I got 2 sleep days in there. You know what I mean? So that's 12. That's, you know, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. is 12.
That's
12 right
so
there.
It's really just
And it's just the daytime. You know what I mean? So it's really one full day because I got the 12 the day, which is the 24, and then another 12. And then what he said, yo, relax, dog. Relax.
Hey, Kevin's right though. Kevin says appreciate the love. And
I'm not.
And you're
I'm
too
not.
old to be resetting.
Man.
Like a
that's
Nintendo
why I look
game.
good. That's why I look the way I look, son. You know what I mean? Let's just that's why that's why it's like this. Son. You know
Stop rubbing your chest when you say that.
I'm trying to keep it like this. You know what I mean? I don't want to trying to keep it like this.
Yeah, but don't rub your chest, son. Like don't do that when he's saying it. That's why I look like this.
You know what it is.
All right, okay.
Stop playing.
Oh my God. Wasn't man. That's Ian Coleman is 100% right. How times
did we have a emergency pod about Puff?
Yes, because it was in the cam, and it was in like that 14-day period of like not knowing whether cam was coming.
What we was doing,
yeah. So and we you know what I'm saying, we was out here dying of thirst, and like we got to get some because we didn't know what was about to happen. Yeah, it goes. Wasn't that long ago? You had an emergency pod about Reese Poffenbarger. We came up, fam. We have the needle has moved. Yeah. The needle has.
You ain't have to bring that up, Ian. You bring it up. Yeah. You have to bring that up, dog.
Hey, Ian, you might need. You know what I'm saying? Might need to. Ooh, that's damn. That's so true, though, Ian. How times have changed, though, man. Like we're in this we're in this time now where back to the Cristobal conversation, man. Like I checked out Through the Smoke, listened to CIS's conversation, and there's a confidence, but you know, like he knows he has to reset it, right? Like he has to do that. He has to do it too, because now you got to do it different. Now you've tasted it. Now you know what it takes to get there, but you're gonna have to work harder. You're gonna have to work harder, and keeping the guys they kept, right? Like we could get into the O-line conversation. Keeping the guys they kept was incredible, yo. Because
absolutely.
There's second, you know what I'm saying? There are 2-3 deep guys that could have bounced for other programs at lower levels or upper levels that could have got there, man. And it's incredible, yo. Like it is a different feeling, right? Because it's not hope, it's expectation.
Yeah.
Like now it's like, hey, I hope Miami gets better. Now it's like, hey, this is what the standard is.
Yeah.
Like this is what it is, and that becomes a different conversation. So
and the building is different, man. Like the vibe in the building is different. When you're winning, the whole vibe is different. And not only do you have to keep the players sharp, you got to keep the staff sharp too. You know, they can't be complacent.
Nope.
You know, the adults in the building can't be complacent. The operations people can't be complacent. Like, it's more things happening when you winning. People become happy.
Yep.
There's more buildings being built on campus.
Yes.
More equipment in the football building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just things just start to look better. The food tastes better. You know what I mean? It just, you know, so yeah, you gotta keep that hunger, man. You gotta keep that hunger because you haven't won anything for real.
No. You've handled some business, you haven't finished the job.
Yeah.
Job not finished.
Job not finished.
It is not finished.
Yeah.
So you hoist that trophy.
Absolutely.
But it's like you said it right, like the conversations in the building become different, the expectations become different. The money being put into the program and the building becomes different. And we're not talking just the 30 plus, you know what I'm saying, mil from the playoffs. We're talking the money from the ACC because we're the number one show in the conference.
Hey, thank you, Florida State. Thank you, Clemson.
Hey.
We appreciate y'all, man.
You right there.
Thank you. Yes,
Dabo. This is the only time I'm gonna say Dabo. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
And salute to y'all, man. Because
thank you.
Look, the estimates are man. Right. Looking at the money, what it could be. Again, private university, they're not going to release the final numbers. That's, you know, not that we're talking 70 mil, right? Like roughly, if you count the 30 mil that's public from what the playoffs gives you to how it's split up with being, if you're the number one show in the ACC, it could be anywhere from 40 to 50 mil, depending. So that money becomes different. The boosters, the money that's already coming in, the boosters are like, oh wait, we were giving you this much when it was 5-7, 7-5. Now 13-3. Plus, it gives us a playoff run, a natty run. Okay, here's a little. Those conversations, people, you know what I'm saying, come out their pockets a little bit easier.
Yeah, you become more attractive to businesses, to entities. You become more attractive to, you know, people that want to market their brands more. You know, so. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Thank you. We appreciate them. They say it's a rivalry between us and FSU. I don't think so. They love us. They love us, and they looked out for us. So
they're so thoughtful, though.
They look.
They're so thoughtful. While they're 400+ million debt, they were like, you know what? We should sue and give Miami 30 mil. Yeah. Like that's, you know how selfless that is of them.
Yeah.
That's so it's so fantastic, man.
Thank you,
Adrian. Darius Herrick says, when do we get the chance to stuff? Can't read today. Stuff John Summerall in the never. They're never gonna play.
They're
gonna find a way to cancel it. They're never gonna play.
We're gonna have to see them in a bowl game.
Yeah,
if they make the playoffs. Excuse me, we're gonna have to see them.
They're not gonna.
You know,
let me get my Kevin Batumbo on right now. No, it's not happening. But yeah, man, what was last takeaways from the Cristobal conversation? Last thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, man, nothing, man. Just that he's doing what he said he's gonna do, man. He went back home to build the program, man, and build the city. Like the city is up. I tell you, when I went down there, it was crazy. The city was crazy.
Thanks.
You know? And he that was his goal. He explained that his ultimate goal was to get back to Miami to build it back. He was looking at it from afar and didn't like what he saw. You know what I mean? Came back and did what he said he was going to do, man. That's what's up. And I hope it's just a lifetime thing. Like, stay. Where are you going? Like, why?
Why go somewhere? Lifetime.
Yeah.
Lifetime, and then go ahead, like when, you know what I'm saying, Dan Radakovich retires, just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, move, when it's your time, move right up there. We get 10, 20 years. We good here. Just stay, hang out. They're building buildings. You know what I'm saying? The IPF in a couple of weeks will be done. 400. It'll be 120 yards because they never counted 10 past it.
Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
Oh, can't wait to be there. Can't wait to see it. What I, me, Joe, Spidey senses tingle when I hear petty. And the one thing that I made sure to notice was how people have been talking about the O-line, right? And they asked them about the O-line out through the smoke and everywhere, right? Because that's the question. Because you have four, all your guys are gone. McCoy, Lola are your only established players. You know what I mean? You have Rodriguez, but hasn't played in a couple of years because depth is depth. I mean, we've seen Key and Peele. My Mario Cristobal translator said, "Oh, y'all motherfuckers think I can't develop? y'all think this is a fluke that it was just these 3 years? Oh no. Wait till y'all see what we got coming. That's why we only took one portal guy. Merriweather was it.
Well, they tried to get Seaton, they just didn't get him. But that was just the one, that was the one guy that they was trying to get. Yeah,
that was the one that they were going to go all in for because that one made sense. But the prices are
and they got the other kid from
Georgia, Merriweather.
No, Merriweather and the Klein.
Yeah, Jonathan Klein. Yeah. Big boy too. One was like 6'4", 6'5". I was like, oh, he's so short. That's the standard now. But man, like I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all, yo. Like
so that brings us to it, right? What concerns do we have going into spring? Into the season. Let's start with the O-line. Everybody's worried about the O-line. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm more worried about replacing Mezzi and Bain than the O-line. Now, when you lose 4 starters on the O-line, it's gonna be drop off, dog. Like there's going to be. So you may drop off from the best O-line in the country, or at least top 3, to the top 15 O-line, a top 25 O-line. That may be a drop off. You're still better than the majority of O-line in your conference. I mean,
you're still. I think you're gonna have the best O-line in the conference.
Still could not, but
maybe
most likely.
Tech. I have a lot of respect, like regardless of his failures at Penn State. Like I have a lot of respect for James Franklin. I think I think that team is going to be solid. I think that offensive line is going to be good, but it's going to take him time to get into the level. It's going to take because trenches are going to be different, right? But I just with the rotation of McCoy and Sampson last year was so crucial for this season. Like that's how far they were thinking ahead. When we're just thinking, oh man, we don't have both those guys got snaps. And I don't know if you saw the video yesterday of when Cristobal was at the UNC game, Matthew McCoy. That's a big man.
Oh yeah. He just didn't look that big standing next to Markel Bell.
Yeah, he looked like a regular. He stood out. I was like, oh, okay. He was head and shoulders above everybody else in that shit. I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, it's true. Like Markel Bell being 6'8".
Son, he made people. Yeah.
He looked. That was bananas. But yeah, man, like I don't have as much concerns. I have maybe a question at center if that's the question. If the answer is Rodriguez on that, just because unless he's been working and behind that with the last 2 centers that we brought in from the portal. But that'll get worked out because it's we have all season and everybody's healthy. I mean, not technically, not if you watch the video. There was a person in a sling, but you got to watch the video. I'm not going to tell you it was. It's very obvious if you look at it on inside the U. So some people have, recovering from off-season surgeries and stuff like that. But Mezzi and Bain, fam.
That's my concern more than the O-line. Like I'm of the belief that, especially at Miami with Cristobal and Coach Mirabal, that everybody's been developed at an incredible rate. They've been practicing against the best athletes on the D-line that they will see all season. Notre Dame you may see something similar.
Yeah.
Clemson lost a lot as well.
Yep.
They lost a lot.
And they were a bad team. Yeah.
So you may see something athlete wise, you're going to see something similar. And then make it to the playoffs again, you will see something similar every week.
Yeah.
But to make it through the ACC, not that the ACC is the worst, but you're not going to see that level until you get to the playoff or until you play Notre Dame. And you have 8 months, right?
Yeah.
You have 8 months, and then you have a couple weeks. You know, you have first few weeks, not disrespecting anybody on the schedule, but you have a few weeks to tighten up. You know, you have a few weeks to tighten up, man. And I don't think it's gonna be what it's been the last 2 years right out the gate.
No.
I don't think that. But I think you have Darian Minter, you have that running game, you have those weapons. You can help the O-line because you have all of those pieces. Mezzi and Bain, there's not a
Mezzi and Bain in there.
Yeah. You got guys who can rush the passer, but Mezzi and Bain did so much more than that. Everybody focuses on sacks, but the way they played the run,
incredible.
The way they made everybody else better around them is you're not going to get that right out the gate. So
yeah, I think it's gonna take multiple people. Like we're talking about a Mezzi who was a 6-year vet, right? Because COVID year and all that. Like they were both healthy together for the first time this season, and we got to see it because Bain was hurt last year. They rotated injuries the last 3 years, and you saw them come into their own. But what gives me some not pause, but like some thought of it is like Armando Blunt got to see the way Bain worked. Yeah. Marquise Lightfoot got to see multiple years of how Mezzi worked. Scroggins, third, you know what I'm saying? Long arm of the law. That month, you know what I'm saying, got to see the work and got snaps when Mezzi and Bain were in the room. Yeah. That shows you what they believe in him. Hayden Lowe wasn't in the tuck recovering from an injury. We don't even know what he is yet. We see the physical attributes that he has. You see him walking around looking like he's wearing pads the entire time and just in t-shirts. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think for a long time, and I think that's how we look. I think for a long time we're like, yo, we lost this guy. How we gonna replace that? They planned better than I think we think they planned. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
their first round edges, first round defensive ends, their work was incredible. They took 90% of snaps. This year's just going to look different. Yep. I think it's just going to be platoon. You're going to rotate guys. Maybe a McConaughey gets in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be more rotation.
Wilson, man. You got
Demar Wilson, man. Like you have the big guy. Was it Kanoa? I always forget his.
Yeah, from Nebraska.
The 6'5", 290. You know what I'm saying? Just that's not a regular human being size right there. So I think it's just going to look different where last year was Mezzi and Bain didn't come off the field, where you're going to have packages and JT's going to coach all these motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying? Like every single one of them. So it's going to look different, you know, but I like that they didn't go crazy in the portal. We'll talk about the portal next week where we break down like, what the numbers were year one of how many they took and how this dwindled down, and it's what we've talked about. It's how it's supposed to look. You go for targets, right? This year's 12, and next year it'll be 8. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to get portal guys because somebody might leave, injuries, whatever. You always want depth in that room, which is why you have to go after an Omar Thornton when you have 37 defensive backs because you want to shore up everything. And you want competition. So, I just think it's going to look different. But, like, if JT thought he needed more in that room as a defensive, you know what I'm saying, as basically the co-DC, they'd be like, "Yo, we need more. Like, we need more than just one."
The development goes for that side of the ball too. Just like Coach Maribel and Cristobal developed that O line. Coach JT, Coach Damian Lewis.
There's only one person I know.
Zuby is I'll be seeing videos of him scuba diving and you know what I mean, skydiving and all of that, man. Like,
it's a little known fact. A lot of people don't know this. The I in Zuby stands for international.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because that's he's just outside now.
Yeah,
I texted him 8 months ago. I'm still waiting for a text back.
Yeah.
He might not have got it because he's on a PJ. It's different now. It's different now. You know what I mean?
Young dude doing what he's supposed to do as a young dude. Yes,
exactly right.
That's
exactly right.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Yeah, man. That it's just different. The development. Coach Damian Lewis, different. You know, Heatherman. The development is just it's on the level that we've been waiting for, right? We've been screaming for the coaches, the adults in the room to do the adult thing. We've been screaming for that.
Yep.
And it's happening. It's happening now. He got it right with that. So yeah, man. I'm not I don't know. I'm not worried.
It's a weird feeling, right? It's weird, right? Like, is it like, as a person who played ball all of your life, right? Your son plays ball, so you've seen it on both sides, and also being a Kings fan, it's a weird feeling going into be like, hey man, like, I gotta find holes in this shit, in this team, but I'm struggling. But like, I also don't want to just be a fan about it. You know what I mean? Like, I go, like, it's that weird balance where, like, all right, let's look at this orange and green glasses off, and let's, like, it's very hard to be like, okay, this is a clear, glaring weakness. If you see it, I don't know if just off top, like, I don't know if I see it, and that bothers me because it's like, I don't want to have that feeling. You know what I mean? Where I was like, I want to have that. Yo, man, let's work. You got to work. You know what I'm saying? You got to work. You had receivers leave. You brought receivers in. You had offensive linemen leave. You recruited minimum 7 offensive linemen every year while we've had those monsters in the room. So it wasn't like people were scared of that competition. Yes, players left, but you know what I'm saying? Like, defensive line, you have 2 first-round picks. First-round picks, like, we got to see the process of that with 2 first-round picks in Mezzi and Bain, which is crazy. And now we're just like, okay, next man up. And those next man up got to see it. Yep. Linebacker maybe, but you have 2 37-year-olds.
Definitely, I actually feel better about the linebacker room than I did last year. Going into last year.
Because there's more competition in there, right? And you have Kamal Bonner that was hurt last year. Might get to see that. Kind of Wiley. You have JJ. You have youngin that played at Central last year. Yeah, you got the youngin that played at Central.
You got Ezekiel Marcelin.
Yeah.
You got Bobby Pruitt, you know, who's in that room, in the safety room. Like, you know, I'm not too concerned about that room either. But listen, we've been watching football for a long time.
Yeah.
People lose players every day, B. You know what I mean? You're gonna lose people. There are programs, though, who have developed the art of developing, finding the right people for the system, and finding the right players who could step in and take over that role. Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, Texas. They're good. They have a solid roster every season. Every season, because they've built for multiple seasons. Even with Nick Saban going to Alabama, they're still getting players. They may not be getting the same players that Nick Saban would get.
No.
You know, but they're still getting players, man. Oregon still get players. They still get players. You know, what you do with that is what you do with that. But we're getting to that. We're not to that quite yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting there. There was a question here that I wanted to get to from Tone.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all think about the run defense will hold up because we're a little lighter on the edge and we don't have a 300-pound defensive tackle? Chris Carter is over 300 pounds. Keyshawn
he will have at least 2-3 more behind them too. Yeah. Keona will be 300, over 300 by the time we have at least another 3.
And Keona is 6'5", so that's going to be a different body type. Chris Carter is 6'1", 6'2". Keyshawn Stansel's probably already 300. You know what I'm saying? Like
6'5", 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
6'4".
Logan Nagel is going to be was already on his way to 300. Yeah, Logan Nasty Nagel, you know what I mean, is on his way. The bodies are going to be different because they were already headed in that direction of 300, for just specifically talking about the D tackles. They were already headed in that direction, but also physical freaks. Keyshawn Stansel, which we had on the show, hopefully we'll have him again now that he's, with the whole offseason. He was on here and he was 280, 285 that he told us. That was back in October, November, right? So that's
when he flipped, around the time he flipped.
Yeah, so we had him on, and he was growing then because they had him at 260 on 247. So they're gonna be that size, but they're not gonna be. You got to think Justin Scott is, Scott is 300. He wasn't 300 when he got here. Scott had to put on that weight because he wasn't playing basketball anymore. That's why when he came in as a freshman, he was so light.
And we're not necessarily going to be light on the edge either. Hayden Lowe's a good 260. You know what I mean? 270. He'll probably play at 270. Damon Wilson with 250. A good 250. Lightfoot is probably the lightest, and he's 240. He'll be 240, 245. Booker Pickett
he's just tall.
Is he's rotational. Scroggins, we're not necessarily lighter. Ruben Baines, just a big dude, and he was about 270.
Yeah, 270, 265. Like remember, they tried to bring him up on weight, and that's when he got the injuries, and then he dropped the weight. So he was
240, 250.
Yeah, Mezzi wasn't that big. It's just how people carry and how their bodies are built. It becomes a very different thing. Like Bain, ridiculous lower half, right? Like he was all. So his body's different. Like upper half now looks very different than the lower half. So the bodies are different, man. It becomes third. If you saw third again when we had him on the show, you saw a picture, you saw that video, and then you see him now. It's totally different. That's a totally different man. Yep. Like the bodies change. They're young. Their bodies are gonna be good, man. But yeah, linebacker feel good about. DBs. DBs is my only. And this is just me. There's 100,000 of them, right? The competition is crazy. There's so many players I want to see that I don't know if we'll get to see them till next year. And that, as a fan, right, has nothing to do with the room and the evaluation of Etheridge and everybody, Coach Etheridge and everybody in that room has nothing to do with just out of my pure selfishness, right? I want to see what a Brody Jennings look like. I want to see, seatbelt, but like, look who's in front of him. I want to see Jabari Armstrong, but like, who's in front of? There's 4 guys that are coming back, right? Like both OJ starters, OJ, EOC, Damari, and
Lucas.
That's 4 monsters, right? That'll probably be off to the league next year because all of them are eligible to bounce. All 4 of them. So then the question becomes, if we're, like, that's where I want to see again. I want to have that information, that data. Like, all right, Jabari, I already got Jabari's data. I already know that motherfucker's cold. Like, he showed up in the playoffs and said, hey, man, I'm all right. This is what I got to do. I'll stop this shit. And he stops that shit. Yep. I just want to see that to continue. So that's just me. That's my question. And like my concern, I guess, is just like, I want to see what the young boys look like up next, because that whole defensive backfield can bounce next year, except for Bryce, because Poyser can bounce too.
Yep.
Be his third.
If I have a concern, it's gonna be how the offense is gonna look. How we gonna take advantage of all the weapons?
Yeah.
Are we going to play just to score 25 points and play defense? Or are we gonna score 40, 50 and blow people out and, you know, try to score? Now, Coach Dawson says, listen, man, it's not a time where I'm not trying to score.
Yeah.
So, you know, if that's the case, then that should frankly get done, you know. But, you know, just seeing how all the weapons get used, I'm curious. I would love to see it. I would love to see an empty back. I would love to see an empty set, man. I don't think we've ever seen empty.
I don't know.
Even with Cam back there, I don't think we've seen empty.
No, I don't think we've ever seen 5 wide. We've always
just the back motioning out the backfield,
and
we've seen that in. Nah, I think we've probably seen that in like.
I think we saw it in our college football 26. Like when we've
probably seen it in like 21 personnel or something like that, where the backs slid out the backfield. But I don't know.
You know what I don't. You know what I don't want to see. Speaking of the offense, I'm good with not seeing any more Mally Cat.
I want to see that. I want to see that, but it has to be done right. It can be done better, but I do want to see that. Yes, I want to see it done in a different way,
because you could build on it, right? From what last year is. I give you that. Yes, understood. A lot
you can do.
If as I just rewind what I just said, if we're gonna do the Mally Cat, I like the conversation that we had last week, where it becomes Mally, Fletch, Shamar, Pringle, right? Like if we're gonna do it big, let's do it big then. Like if we're gonna do it, we could throw off it if we want to, keep a receiver or something. I'm saying put a Gavin Mueller out there as a receiving tight end, Izzy Briggs or something, you know what I mean, to stretch the field on the backside. But I would just love to see that, because you could do any kind of shit you want to do with that, because Marty and Fletch could lead block and Pringle behind, so you got 2 speedsters, just like an option game off of that.
There's plenty you could do, son. There's plenty you can do, and and that's what we want to see. And hopefully we get that hand off to Fletch with the pitch, play action. There's a lot you can do with that. But yeah, I think we definitely seeing the young guys and the new addition and the new toys is just that's always the highlight of the new season to me. You know, I don't expect to see a lot of the vets in the spring. Just don't. You know, they're gonna get their work in, of course, but we'll talk about, down we have a long off season. We'll talk about who we really want to see, who we have our eyes on, and we'll definitely discuss that.
Yeah, eyes are gonna be heavy on the O-line for the spring. Those guys can't sit. Like those guys, every single one of them got to work. I don't know if one of them might not be ready for spring, but we'll see. But yeah, man, like I have more excitement than questions. And what good thing about that is the excitement that we have only brews competition in those rooms, because now it's not just the top 4. There's about 12 in every room that could take your spot if you're not coming with it, man. Like that's the other side of it. Like whoever we say it all the time, whoever you like ain't got shit to do with nothing. Because if they're not in that building or in that room working, that next guy's gonna take it. The EOC's gonna be stronger. You know what I'm saying? Might keep Damari off the field. Damari fully healthy can keep a lot of things off the field. Damari at the nickel can keep Omar Thornton off the field. A lot of things can happen, man. I'm gonna continue to put that out there, Joe. We've talked about it for 3 years. I want to see Damari in that spot. I still do, and I will forever want to see him in that nickel spot. I will.
That's Omar Thornton's to lose, man.
I know.
It's Omar Thornton's to lose, man.
Darius Hendrick says this team looks like some video game shit after I won the championship in 2014. This is crazy. Fam, yeah, that was the last one before they killed it.
We have new games, you know that, correct?
No, but see what he's talking about is that's when he was. If we keep it in the bucket, that's when he was doing the cheating. You know what I'm saying? He was doing. You had them all. You did them. You put them all to 99.
You just stacking the squad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you put them all to 99, and you just say, "I've played everything. Let's just see what happens when everybody's perfect." And then everybody leaves, and then you got, you know what I mean? And then the next guy up is in his 90s. So yeah, it becomes different. It becomes different. Let's get into this Caneswear ad, and we'll talk some NFL Combine, man. Because they just dropped the 10 Canes that got invited. It is here. Bam.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Caneswear, man. Shout out to Brett, Jeff, everybody over there, man. Always great work. Always great people.
The squad.
Also, make sure to scan that QR code right there. Ahí está, right there. Takes you to all our socials, man. Give us a follow. Remember, we're available wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us comments, thoughts, concerns, reviews, takes on anything we say, man. We appreciate it all. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. The offseason don't stop. We don't think we missed. We're not missing another show. We took Sunday off of the Super Bowl, but you know, it's the Super Bowl. So it's what it is, man. All right, Joey. Speaking of the Super Bowl, NFL Combine.
We don't need to talk about. I was gonna say.
No.
I might go to the. I might ride up to the Combine this year, man.
Well, we got 10 guys going.
Yeah, I might ride up there.
We got 10. It's CJ Carson going off the top of my head. CJ Carson, CC, Ruben Bain. Who else is on that list? Mezzi,
Markel Bell, Inez Cooper.
Yep. Who we missing?
Wesley Bassint. Was he on the list?
Yes. Yeah, I think the only one we were surprised that isn't going is Keelan Marion.
Yeah.
So it's
David Blay on the list?
David Blay's not on the list. He's not on the list. So Carson Beck, CJ Daniels, Markel Bell, Inez Cooper, CC, Ruben Bain, Akeem Mesidor, Wesley Bassint, which is big. It was big for him. Big for him. Keontae Scott, DB1, and Jacoby Thomas. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I think those two in particular have a real shot at improving their draft status and getting on the board, the two safeties, because the tape doesn't lie. And if their measurables are right and they can, you know, run fast and show out on the field, I think they'll get some good consideration, man.
Yeah, they're the ones with the. I honestly love that Wesley got that invite, man. That's real big for him. Somebody who was underappreciated for his work ethic here because he didn't give you the big flashy plays and moments like that. But if the NFL goes, yo, man, we want to see more of you, that's big. Because remember, they're still going to have their pro day here a couple weeks right after that. So that's big for the NFL to want more information on you, you know, and Keelan Marion at the pro day. And any other time, you know, anybody else didn't get invited, you know, just show out. Centers are tough. Centers are, you know what I mean? That's usually an undrafted free agent type of thing, and then you find your way to a great career. So Brockermeyer hopefully gets it, man, because that guy's got great genes in him, man. His dad played football, so wish him nothing but the best, man. But yeah, that was dope, man. 10 Canes get invited, possibly 2-3 first-round picks out of that, which is bananas.
Can't wait to see it, man. I wonder if everyone's gonna participate. You know, you often wonder if you're a guaranteed first round, if they're telling you you're going early, top 10, do you participate? You know, if I'm Ruben Bain, do I run? If I'm Mezzi, do I run a 40? You know, so we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know if I would. I mean, I don't know. I've never understood that level of athleticism, so I couldn't tell you. And that's millions of dollars, because if you have a bad one, it can hurt you. So, you know.
Yeah, I as a D lineman, those two, a 40, I may lift, you know, do some agility drills just to see, you know, the agility, but running a 40 now for Jacoby Thomas, Keontae, yeah, that's gonna help. CJ Daniels, West, that's gonna help. But for those guys, nah, man.
Yeah. Feels exactly.
Lineman, Markel, but I never understood why they make them run 40s. I know they want to see the 10-yard split. I mean, I'm sorry, the 20-yard split. And the 10, you know, but I never understood why they have
40 don't make sense.
40s. Yeah.
Yeah. At no point ever will your O-lineman, unless it was a 40-yard play, and even then, you know what I mean, it'll be a jog to, it doesn't make sense. It's never made sense.
Not to me, but you know, that's what they do. It's whatever.
Yeah, man. All right,
I'm excited. I'm excited, man. That's it, man. We ain't gotta go. Yeah, man. Wednesday night. We got a long off season, man.
Yeah.
So hopefully spring is about to start in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Guys are, you know, lifting, doing that work right now. Back into it. Coaches are doing their thing. They're on a trail. You know, they're about to be out watching high school spring games like crazy.
Yep.
JUCO spring ball, all that.
Yep.
You know, so this is when everyone is out. NFL scouts are out, you know, everything. So
everybody's outside. Hey, man, shout out to Kings basketball. Huge win last night over UNC, man. Should solidify. I'm saying get a couple more dubs. Should solidify their March Madness run. That's dope, man. It was great. It was great watching that, man. Baseball's about to kick off.
Yep.
All the high school players are starting to line up their visits. You know what I mean? You see where top 5, top 6 on everybody's list. But you know, the work.
Man. Listen, Nick.
Yeah,
Nick. Listen, man.
Talk to him.
If you're watching, I know you're not, but Nick,
we'll send this to you. This to you, Nick. Nick. Come on, man.
Nick, come on, son.
Stop. Just drop the graphic, yo.
Stop playing.
Just drop the graphic now. Get this shit done early, man. Don't.
Nick,
you know what I'm
saying? Nick. Come on, son.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, Slick Nick. Come on, man.
Problem, yo. Problem.
Come on, man.
Problem. Balled out of the All-American game as a junior.
Come on, man.
All right, man. We got nothing else. We got nothing else for y'all, man. We'll be back Sunday. I'm saying follow us on all socials. Scan that QR code right there. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Go Kings. You heard?
Thanks for watching. You heard? Thanks for listening. We appreciate y'all. You already know every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You already know every Sunday, right on time. You already know. You already know.